Hey guys, this is our discussion for Polar Night. Alright, so this is an animal tale. A tale tells us step by step what happens to a character in a set period of time. Alright, so this story takes place in third person. This means it's told by someone who is not a character in the story. Alright, similes and metaphors are big in this story. The author often uses them to bring to life the Arctic environment. So a way we can tell the difference between similes and metaphors, because they both compare two unlike things. Similes use compare two unlike things using the words like or as. Metaphors compare two unlike things without using those words like or as. So if you see two things that are being compared and you have a question saying, is this a simile or a metaphor? You have to look in that and see if you see like or as. If you see like or as, it is a simile, not a metaphor. All right, so the setting and tone is the setting is the Arctic and the tone is the feel of the story. All right. Polar bears are the world's largest predators. Males weigh up to 1,500 pounds and stand 10 feet tall. Whoa, that's big. All right. Focusing in the beginning or opening statement, we are introduced to the setting, which was the Arctic. All right, and so you have phrases like the magenta sun. Hold on, let me move this down a bit. The magenta sun only slid along the horizon to sink once again. The type of figurative language used here is alliteration. So from these opening paragraphs, why do you think the polar bear knows a tough time is ahead of her? Because winter is coming and she has a special thing that she has going on. So why would she be burrowing underground soon? We know hibernation, of course, but she's about to have babies. All right. And so she needed extra food quickly because of her babies. The author then compares the snow and ice to glass. She does not use like or as. What type of figurative language is this? A metaphor, because she did not use like or as. Lanes and pools of pure cobalt-looking glass. She's not using like or as, but she is comparing two things. So this is going to be a metaphor. It said that she wasn't aware of what was going on in her body, but her instincts were to care for her unborn cubs. What does this say about her character? She's protective. She is strong. She will do anything for her cubs. But as she looks down the ice, she uses a metaphor to describe what she sees. She sees a blackish slug on the ice. This was a seal. So she did not say she saw a seal that was as black as a slug. She said it was a blackish slug on the ice. This is a metaphor. So she slips into the water and catches the seal, telling us that she is a skilled hunter. All right, the author describes the eating scene in great detail. What were some of the ways that she brought this to life? Well, she said that she ripped up the body. There was a cloud of steam that came from the body. Blood dripped from her chin. Suddenly, her instincts tell her something is coming. She slips into the water. She then describes seeing two upright seals walking along the shore. What was she actually seeing? Humans. Very good. What does the author say the bear had done before? Ate humans when she could. What has the bear seen them do, and what did she see hanging in the village? Kill other polar bears and hang their skins out. That's right. All right, so what choice does the bear have to make here? She has to decide whether to kill them or attack them or to just let them go. And so she decides it's best to avoid them, so she ducks underwater and swims away. What does the statement, life was squeezed out of the Arctic desert by the polar night, what is it meant to describe? Night had come and winter had set in. The ice talked, grinding its teeth. What type of figurative language is this? Personification. So now she decides it's time to look for what? Her den. Very good. So she gets inside the cave, and soon enough she feels her first birth pain. She gives birth to 2 little cubs. As the new day comes, she hears something above her. She hears people walking around. She stands up in her den, ready to defend her cubs, but soon the voices fade away. Then she decides it's time to come out of the den. But as they're coming out, she's worried about something. She's worried about keeping them safe. And she keeps picturing something in particular in her mind. She keeps picturing bear skins hanging in the village. What has changed outside while they were in the den? The season has changed. It's now springtime. She jumps in the water immediately. But what of her cubs? They were scared, so they did not jump in. But something happened to one of the babies. One of them fell in the water. Then the other dove in. One day while they were eating, everything changed. Somebody came up behind them. It was a human. And what did the bears hear? A loud explosion. They all dove into the water and swam away. Only the mama bear noticed that one of her babies is a little slow. So she realizes the baby had been hit. The bear pushes her cubs to swim harder, then jumps out of the water to charge the humans. What did the people decide to do? Run away. All right, she then turns to save her baby from drowning. They get to safety and they start cleaning his wounds. What happened to the cub eventually? Thankfully, he stopped bleeding, healed up, and pulled through. Yay! I love a happy ending. Bye, guys.